Like you'd be top tier. You'd be in this upper echelon of trading.
Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Nux Trades here. I've been absent for a little while. Took a pretty long vacation to end the summer, but got all settled back in and trading. It's been going pretty well for the past couple weeks. We had a great August, and I just wanted to run through the August review video. I'm gonna break down some of the data that we took in from August and give you guys the result on the Nux model that we've been trading in the Discord. And as always, if you guys want to be a part of that Discord, there's a link in my YouTube bio as well as my Twitter bio, and my Twitter is the same as it's about the same as my YouTube channel. So feel free to connect on there, and in the Discord, I'll go in more in depth in there, and you can get your questions answered personally. But just to talk a little bit about the model, I have done some revising and changing a little bit because with this data, the point of collecting the data is to change the model for the better and make it have a higher win rate and deliver more profits. So inevitably, with getting smarter with data and discovering new things, we're changing as we evolve, which is good. It's always a good thing. So some of my new rules that I'll go over with you guys, I'll write them out on the screen. So the first thing is I am not taking trades before 9:30 anymore. And that's just through looking into the model and through being in front of it for so long. Trades that happen before 9:30 deliver at a less win rate. Now, that wasn't the case for August. We actually had some pretty good trades happen before 9:30 open, but nonetheless, that's not something that I want to get involved with just because of historical data there. Another thing is before 9:30 we get a lot of data that releases at both 8 and 8:30. That's something that I don't want to be a part of as well, so I just stay clear of all of that. The next thing is, kind of just covered it, but trade around data. So what that means is if we have data at 10 o'clock, I'm not going to take a trade at 10 o'clock because all that volatility is pouring into the market and ton of volume is being dumped in there for those data events, and that's not something that's going to be high probability for us to trade. The next thing is I will trade with a five handle take profit, and five handle stop loss. And the reason for this being is because I'm a strictly win rate trader, so I go for high win rate models. And having a high win rate means you need to have at least a 1-1 or a 1-to-1 ratio or RR in order to guarantee profitability. So that's exactly what I've done with the five handle take profit and five handle stop loss. And many times you'll see a huge fair value gap, and you'll wonder to yourself, is this a part of the model? Am I gonna be able to take this? And it'll be like a 10 handle fair value gap, for example, with like a 12 handle stop loss, right? So what I'll do is if that um, is a 10 handle fair value gap with a 7 handle stop loss, I'll wait to enter the fair value gap where my stop loss would be 5 handles. So if it comes down and fills me, great. If it doesn't, then I just don't get in on that trade, and that's completely okay. That's what happens. That's all a part of the win rate base model. So that's what I've found success with since I've started doing this, and I can guarantee my profitability as long as my win rate's over 50% on this. And that's the goal, is to have profitability, and with this model is to have highest win rate. So along with that, just to kind of add in there, the stop loss must be um, at the high or low of the candle forming the fair value gap. So what that means is, just real quick, so this is a smaller fair value gap, but let's just say that this was a larger fair value gap. The stop loss would either have to be at the bottom wick of the candle that forms the fair value gap, so this one right here. So you can either use that wick or you could use the body. I prefer to use the wick personally, but you can use the body. I'm not sure how that'll affect your win rate as of right now because that's not something that I've dug deep into. But for now, I would just stick to the wick. And something else that I wanted to cover is if your stop loss is like this, for example, um, that five handles, you can actually just use the 2022 model and go to the previous swing, which is the best way to do it. But with that five handle stop loss, and these could be huge handle entries that you were talking. Like you could have a stop loss of like 12 handles if you were to go to the swing higher, swing low. So if you can reach for a swing higher, swing low with a 5 handle take profit or stop loss, definitely do that. That's ideal. So that was another thing I wanted to cover, and then one more thing is I now take both less risk entries, meaning entries that have potentially lower probability, but I lessen my risk for those entries, and A plus entries. And I made a video on less risk entries and A plus entries, and if you want to see that video, I can pin it right here so you can go look at that and so you can understand what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, these are my new rules that I've been trading off of for the month of August, and it delivered some pretty good results. I'm happy with it. This is a model that I think has a great potential for longevity, and it's something that we'll keep using uh, going forward. And if you have not seen this model or you don't know what this is, and you came just blindly and I popped up on your Explore page, feel free to go check out that video that I'm talking about where I go through the model and what exactly it is and what we're looking for and all that stuff. I can pin that here as well. But now I just wanted to give you guys some of the results. So let me just go through them. So August results. So for our total trades, we had 20 total trades and we went 16 for 20 with an 80% win rate. Not 60, 80% win rate, which I'm very hyped about. Um, a lot of people struggled in August, and a lot of people thought that August was going to be a hard month, but 80% win rate, that's really good. That's really good. And once I dive into some of the other results, you're going to think that we had the potential to be even higher than 80%, which is unheard of almost in the market. So 80% win rate, we had 61.25 handles of profit. That's profit, not total. So that's total profit minus losses. So with 61.25 handles, you're at over 3 grand of profit trading one mini, and that's just with that 5 handle take profit. So if you have runners, you're going to make more than that on these, which is fantastic. So 61.25 handles in profit. And then on those A plus entries I was talking about, we went 10 for 11 with A plus entries, which is absurd, over 90% win rate on those. Our less risk entries, we went 7 for 9 on, which is still very, very good. And then our New York AM, we went 10 for 14, and I think the reason we had a lower win rate in AM than we did PM this month is because there's a lot of different data things that came out through the month of August in the mornings, so we had to worry about that, and we had none from payroll and a couple other things that we had to kind of play around, and the volatility was up during the AM sessions. So New York PM, we went 6 for 6, which is awesome, and those PM trades have been looking very, very well here recently, and that's something that you're definitely want to keep in mind and keep an eye on as we go forward. But 6 for 6 in the PM, and then we actually had a 13 trade win streak at the beginning of the month, which is awesome. We didn't even lose a trade until like the last week of August. I remember getting so excited with everyone when we were going on this run, and that was a great time. Vibes were up, but keep in mind that we were due for some regression after that. I kind of just assumed we were gonna go for that around 80% win rate because that's what we have month to month. So I wasn't surprised at all when that win streak came to an end and we did regress. That's something that you expect when you have all this data that you're keeping on the model. But now I just kind of wanted to go into some of the trades. I wanted to show you a win and show you a loss just so you can see when those occurred and how those were looking. So the first one I want to show you is this win that we took right here. So we have both our high and our low from London session, and that's something that is really good. We can get a rate of both the London uh, session, high or low. So we rate the low here, and then we get this low risk entry down here. And again, if you don't know what the low risk entry is, feel free to go watch the video on it on my channel. Um, but yeah, so as you can see, 5 handle stop loss right here, and then we definitely get our 5 handles, as you can see, pretty quickly, actually. Took about 10 minutes, and then we wrote it, could have wrote it all the way up to potentially over 30 handles. So that's one thing that I really like about this model is that we're always catching different different reversals. It stops you from getting in too early and getting stopped out. So this was one of our wins. And then if I scroll a little bit, we have a loss, and I'll show you how that loss occurred. So what happened was we run, quote unquote, this low right here, and we get this fair value gap right here, and this fails. This is a less risk entry as well. So one reason why I think this entry could have potentially failed is because this wick doesn't necessarily stop out all of these overnight lows. So a better entry would have came if we ran the low all the way and we like got a good close below it and then we got a long setup. So this is something that you're gonna want to pay attention to is how far we ran that low and how strong we've ran that low. Like we don't want wicks, we want closes below the previous lows. But nonetheless, that was the model for this month. Um, I think uh, that's gonna be it for the video. I mean, if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a DM on Twitter, comment on the video, join the Discord, and come check it out. A lot of good stuff going on in there. Constantly talking about the model, helping people out with the questions that they have on different data questions. But like and subscribe, and I'll keep these videos coming. Comment what kind of videos you would like to see next or any questions that you might have. But my Twitter is at Nux Trades, spelled like my YouTube name. Feel free to follow and DM on there. But until next time, guys, good trading and peace.